Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, when President Uhuru Kenyatta had a handshake with Raila Odinga, we all understand that the Deputy President William Ruto never welcomed the handshake, he never embraced it. So from there, the President decided to start isolating or sidelining William Ruto. It reached a time when the President came out more openly to endorse the candidature of Raila Odinga, to link him to Mount Kenya Foundation and everyone who has links. And yes, to some extent, he came out to campaign for Raila Odinga. So Raila Odinga became his preferred candidate. But William Ruto decided to go outside to campaign for himself. And during this time, when Ruto was facing humiliation and intimidation in Jubilee government, Robert Alai, in his own view, he came out to say that the kind of mistreatment, harassment that William Ruto was facing in this Jubilee government was a strategy to lay ground for William Ruto so that he can have an easy campaign and win the election, because he still believed that even beside being sidelined, there was a possibility that the system was going to work for him. And yesterday, there is something Robert Alai shared on his Facebook page. And again, he brought back the video, because he recorded the video when he was giving his own view. So we want to go through what he wrote and the video he shared 1 year ago. Then we are going to check into it to see really if there is effect as far as what he said. This post was originated from Rogers Kipembe Mpuri, but Robert Alai just shared it. And this is what he said. Handshake with your opponent, have a peaceful two-term, torment your friend for sympathy, while you overfund your enemy, so that they don't doubt you. Go quiet after the election, then have a peaceful transition thereafter. Masterclass. Now listen to this shortly.
So Kenyans, I've been talking about this issue of President Uhuru playing with Raila, and you guys think that is a joke. So I want to ask you some questions about all these moves which are being seen, like the president is fighting fighting his deputy president, and the president is doing this and that to the deputy president. The deputy president is being denied access to some government offices or some government services, and his security being withdrawn, which I all think that are moves meant to just make him popular. These are just content for his campaigns. If the president was fighting the deputy president, his team, which has been arrested, and there have been claims that his friends or so on have been arrested, I think they would have been convicted, or the cases would have shown some seriousness in them being, arraigned or seriously charged. But what you have seen here is what looks like a fight between the DCI and the DPP, which I don't think that there's a fight. I think that these guys are pretending that there's a squabble between them so that the cases don't move forward. And what is happening is that the president is making the deputy president popular by all these claims of denial of service, denial of attention, denial of access to government. There's nothing really happening here. The president is basically campaigning for the deputy president, and when the time comes right, the deputy president will be too powerful to be ignored, to be even denied access, denied a chance to run or to be the president of Kenya. I think by January, February, if things continue as they are, there will be nothing else to stop the deputy president from becoming the president of Kenya. So I think basically Ruto and Uhuru are the two people who know that they are fighting. They're campaigning for William Ruto to be the president. And I think all these other people, including the handshake, the BBI, are just, tools for the trade. And so Kenyans are going to be left as fools. It is not wrong for the president to campaign for his preferred successor. I just think that he needs to be honest and to tell Kenyans that, I've decided to have Ruto succeed me as a president. But the way things are, I think the president is basically playing with mostly the ODM supporters who think that Raila has a chance to lead the country. Raila does not have any chance now. Raila, my greatest inspiration, and people will question why some things are the way they are, and I'll tell you one thing, that the way this country is, the way the country has been mismanaged, it would take somebody with the competence of Raila Odinga, somebody with the diplomatic connections of Raila Odinga, somebody with the patience and with the maturity of Raila Odinga to get the country out of this mess. But what is coming out is that Raila anapewa changala macho, and the Swahili say that changala macho is, you pour sand on somebody's eyes to blind him before he sees the real jab coming, the real fist which is going to hit his face. And I think that's what is happening to Raila. The BBI is an albatross, a dead one, a stinking one, which is just on the neck of the ODM. Jubilee messes, ills, and mistakes in the last 9-10 years are going to be blamed on Raila to a certain extent because of the handshake which happened in 2018, and has proceeded to see Raila cooperate with the president and Jubilee government to an extent up to now. So I think the best strategy for ODM to win the next election is to disengage from this handshake, disengage from BBI by December. If we don't do it, you will come to remember these words, that Raila is being taken for a big ride and there will be nothing else to rescue us. It's not about Raila, it's about our livelihoods.
We are continuing with the final discussion, but just a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you're not yet subscribed. So my humble request, please consider subscribing so that another time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers and anyone who drop comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our videos to more viewers. Back to our discussion. Now, some people had argued that if President Uhuru Kenyatta was going to stay with William Ruto, and Ruto get out to campaign in this 2022 general election, then there was no way William Ruto was going to win this election as long as he was with President Uhuru Kenyatta. Because number one, all the mistakes and the blunders the Jubilee government had made was going to haunt William Ruto. Number two, there was an issue of the two tribes ruling this country, beside other people from other tribes trying it, but being sabotaged on the ballot when counting comes to happen. So those two things were going to knock out William Ruto. And because of this, Ruto had to delink himself from President Uhuru Kenyatta. And if Uhuru had to help William Ruto to win this election, then he was supposed to make sure that they are not working in a friendly manner, so that it will be seen as William Ruto has been sidelined from the government they formed, and then even if it's facing all the humiliation, it was going to turn into sympathy. And even people will not be talking about two communities ruling this country. Because it will be seen as Uhuru Kenyatta, who is a Kikuyu, is intimidating William Samoei Ruto, but bringing Raila Odinga to the electorate. So according to Robert Alai, every time William Samoei Ruto had been mistreated, kama ni akina Matiang'i, akina Kibicho, and the team, all those was working in the interest of William Samoei Ruto. Because William Ruto, in the beginning, he was selling bottom up. But to prove what Robert Alai is talking about, why is it that in the remaining 1 month to the next general election, William Ruto stopped selling bottom up, but instead he concentrated more on kuongea mambo ya kiburi na madharau? Why did he change? And then every time anything small will happen, Ruto will use it as a sympathy. He will play the victim role to earn sympathy from the electorate. That is the only thing Ruto has been selling in the last 1 month to general election. To an extent, just 3 days to the general election, William Ruto went to Rift Valley and he addressed President Uhuru Kenyatta. Alimwambia, you can deal with me, but don't try to touch my children. Don't dare to touch my children. Usiguze watoto wangu. He said that. 4 days to general election in Rift Valley. The truth of the matter is that Ruto was not addressing President Uhuru Kenyatta. Ruto was speaking to the Kalenjin community. He was playing a victim role. There was no way Uhuru Kenyatta was going to touch his family. But Ruto wanted the Kalenjin to turn out in large numbers so that they can protect him by voting for him to make sure that he is winning the election. So play the victim role and sympathy by enticing the community to turn out in their large numbers with an aim to protect you by voting for you. That's what he was looking for. So hakuwa anaongelesha Uhuru, alikuwa anaongelesha watu wake nyumbani. So look at that. There are so many things here. Who brought Mother Karua in Azimio? Or who suggested that Raila Odinga should have a running mate from Mount Kenya region? Kwa nini walisaidline Kalonzo Musyoka? And go and check, what did Mother Karua bring on table? Who destroyed NASA? Because the truth of the matter is that inasmuch there was a negotiation to form another coalition ahead of the 2022 general election, the real issue was that Raila Odinga was going to get a running mate from Mount Kenya region. Because now Uhuru is supporting him. Then the question was, so what position will Kalonzo Musyoka get? And what was there for Raila, for Musalia Mudavadi? So that means because Kalonzo Musyoka's position has gone to someone in Mount Kenya region, of course wakachagua Martha Karua, then it means Kalonzo Musyoka ilikuwa chukua ile ilikuwa ya Musalia Mudavadi. So what do you leave from Musalia Mudavadi? These are some of the issues that pushed some people like Musalia Mudavadi out of that negotiation, because walikuwa huko, all of them. So there was nothing for Musalia. And Kalonzo, you see, was pushed to the wall until Kalonzo was still believing that Martha Karua will go for the prime minister and for him it will remain to be Raila Odinga's running mate. But the worst happened. Though still Kalonzo Musyoka delivered. So check on what Musalia Mudavadi and Wetangula delivered to William Samoei Ruto and compare that to what Martha Karua delivered to Raila Odinga from Mount Kenya region. The truth of the matter is that Martha Karua delivered less than 250,000 votes. It was less than that. Kalonzo delivered a lot. Now compare what Martha Karua delivered to what Musalia Mudavadi and Wetangula delivered to William Ruto. The truth of the matter is that Musalia Mudavadi and Wetangula delivered 600,000 votes. It's clear. Go and calculate from every constituencies in Western region or those counties. 5 of them, 600,000 votes. Raila Odinga managed to get 900,000 votes. So, you go for 200,000 and you leave 600,000. Who pushed Musalia out of this coalition? It was the suggestion that Uhuru Kenyatta was making to make sure that Raila is getting a running mate from Mount Kenya region. Look on how he messed with Nairobi. The only hope Luyas were remaining with in Azimio was at least to get a Luya to vie for Nairobi governor. Tim Wanyoni was the man. But what happened? Beside Mount Kenya being given a running mate in Azimio, still Uhuru was pushing Raila Odinga to the wall to bring in Polycarp Igathe. And that's how Sakaja got a chance in Nairobi. Kenyans decided to protest right away from the Luyas. And I said Luyas are going to protest. Then there are other people, Kisses. Even some Luos were not happy with the coming in of Polycarp Igathe. Then Kikuyus also. Few of them, but wengi wao walipigia nani? Polycarp Igathe, one of their own. So all this was a mess up. And at the end of the day, the Mount Kenya region saw Uhuru Kenyatta as an enemy who was fighting a friend who helped him. Wakapigia William Ruto. Rift Valley hivyo. Then some other Kenyans who thought that Ruto has been mistreated too much, they had to sympathize with them. And that is the nature of Kenyan politics. Look on how they have been following the issue of Sakaja. The harassment was too much in as much hakuwa na document. And that played into the favor of Sakaja. So, Uhuru, if he needed to help Raila Odinga, he should have avoided to put William Ruto on humiliation and intimidation. Then just support Raila Odinga. So that he would have not left a room for William Ruto to earn sympathy from anywhere. Then he should have allowed Raila Odinga to remain with his NASA team. Because they won election in 2017. There was nothing that was going to stop them. So Musalia Mudavadi zile kura alipata 2013 alienda nazo kwa William Ruto. Because he got over 480,000. So ukiongeza hiyo ya Wetangula inafika 600. So it can be true Uhuru Kenyatta did not want Raila Odinga to become president, but he provided an opportunity for William Ruto to become president. Because at the end of the day, we have seen how this counting has happened. They never secured Raila Odinga votes in the Mount Kenya region. Jubilee ilikuwa ifanya hiyo. Because Kalonzo Musyoka secured the vote from Ukambani. Raila Odinga hakutuma huko agents. Walikuwa agent wa Wiper Party. So that was what was supposed to happen in Mount Kenya region. Jubilee was supposed to have enough agents. But we have seen all the manner of things that have happened there. Then look at what was happening at Bomas. Uhuru was silent. So the deep state helped William Ruto. At Bomas. Na mambo imeisha hivyo. So we are waiting to see how the case will go. But in my own view, I concur with Robert Alai views. I don't know what to think about this, but let us meet in the comment section so that I can also read your views. See you in our next video.